Welcome friends, family, and students of the class of 2020. Isn't it strange that no matter how excited we are at the onset of something new, all too quickly we direct our focus to its ending? Indeed, it was inevitable that from the moment we entered Westside High School's doors as anxious, wide-eyed freshmen, we started the countdown to bigger things. Though, what bigger than a worldwide pandemic taking America by storm, right? If there's one thing I learned in my past 4 years, however, it is that Westside is a tightly knit community. Even more, a family that can overcome anything due to the unified and resilient student body present here comparable to no other school. Although this welcoming climate has always been present, I especially noticed this while attending senior skate night. It was nice to see the senior class congregate outside of school for the first time, and honestly, you didn't really know where to look. At one end, you'd see groups of seniors bursting with uncontainable laughter while trying not to fall, and at the other, you'd see Mr. Schroeder in an intense race against a student to reach the end of the rink. As the night closed, however, it finally hit me while seeing the senior class in the dimly lit small area. It's over. The past 4 years have come to an end, and in due time, we would no longer own the title as high school kids, rather spending the future looking back on these very times. Students who practice sports at Westside look back on rivalry games and after parties with teammates, while members of orchestra reminisce over band trips and late-night gatherings. Although these memories distinguish us from one another, we all share the nostalgic recollection of the sound of the bell, presenting projects, and meeting our friends before class. These are the memories that have identified us as students and define how we have spent most of our lives up to this point. In the end, that was, in essence, what made going to school so exciting. It was the friendships and the bonds that solidified over the years. It was having teachers that poured their hearts out for their students day after day, pushing us to excel. It was graduating into the unknown, but knowing with certainty that we would treasure these school years for the rest of our lives. Ironically, hindrance and misfortune are what sometimes awakens us to a deeper realization that we are truly lucky to be alive, to experience the profound emotions and feelings that make us intricate human beings. It is our free will to choose how we direct our thoughts, and by doing so, attracts energy at certain vibrations. Thus, let us direct our energy towards the positive, shall we? To your grandchildren, back in 2020, you'll proudly declare with your perfect 2020 hindsight, we made history. Imagine future generations yearning to understand more about the mysterious pandemic of corona for the U.S. history class, to which we respond, back in my day, I graduated high school during it. We are living through history at this very moment, and to think that our class is not just the only one to graduate during a worldwide pandemic, but also be born during the traumatic 9/11 crisis, demonstrates the resiliency of the class of 2020 to overcome and be present during the most astonishing circumstances. The fact of the matter is that we cannot let this or anything else detract from what we have accomplished, what we overcame. It is by no mere mischance or coincidence that we are graduating here today. It has been the direct result of our ambition to do our personal best, to persevere and refine ourselves, to work as determined individuals as well as a united team. Correspondingly, this team, this family present at Westside has allowed me to discover aspects of myself, my peers, and life as a whole I would not have uncovered otherwise. One being that your value does not decrease based on someone else's inability to see your worth, and you are all worthy of achieving the most life has to offer. In all honesty, I am thankful for those who doubted me, not only for revealing to me exactly who I do not want to be, but also giving me the drive to work harder to stand before you as the class of 2020's valedictorian. I have discovered that in a society where we are constantly judged, it is best to take the negativity and let it fuel your vision rather than affect it. After all, the best revenge is massive success. To close, all rites of passage signify a memorable meeting, a special emotion, and graduation for me is just that, a moment to pause, take in the rush, and reflect on not only what we have overcome as a class as one, but also praise the accomplishments of the student body throughout the course of these 4 years. Thank you Westside staff, especially Ms. Matlock, for being the most encouraging and supportive dean I could ask for since the very beginning of my high school experiences, as well as Ms. Stewart, our principal, for providing us with resources and environment needed to excel. And teachers, thank you for setting up the foundation for future generations to come. And for the very last time, class of 2020, go Wolves!